We are the American Indians. Copper color Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that.
African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick, you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space.
And we are not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby? I'm not no African.
Hey,
you
so,
lying motherfucker.
Dama. Woo! Hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, there's so many, yo, there's so many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young conscious, you my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the deuce. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switched side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, there's so many.
Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact that's offsides. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah, it's fines. Hey, could've been here with us, but we do not force no vibes. Hey, she gon' ride the whip and let me park it in the driveway. They just want the praise like they Yahweh. Getting so much bread, yeah, the ride way. We done already won, yeah, that's worth the ride way. But they still lying right through their teeth, and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep time. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All y'all, I probably stood on the falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took.
Yeah, hey, there's so many lies, so many lies, so many lies, hey, there's so many lies, so many lies, so many, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, there's so many, whoa, hey, there's too many lies, hey, yeah, ISO, Indies, Dama, ISO, Dama. So many lies, ay. Yeah. Conscious. Matic. Alright, so far away I come from. I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense. But nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around and keep you stagnant, distraction. So yeah, don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion. We probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all their stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me. This vibe ain't for free, cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note to self, know yourself, focus on your health. They don't wanna help, then fuck it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you on the shelf. If it's me, myself, and I, then there's no one else. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yeah, practice what you preaching, but clearly they not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two things they factor in. Spiral out of control just from all the bantering. When they accustomed to talking behind your back with all that chattering. I remove myself before I abuse myself. Talk about self-love, but you gotta do it yourself. Yeah, I won't act too good for no help. We all healing now. Said some things about me that ain't true. How you feeling now? Even at my lowest, they tried to find a way to bring me down. Big y'all up for years, ain't talking just the brand or the sound. I don't throw things around, I do it from the heart proud. Mama just wanna see her sunshine, removing them dark clouds.
Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yes. Hey, smash that damn like button, y'all. Please. Oh, man. Thank you so much. Finally decided to go live. It's lit up in here. Enoch, D. Allen Warren, my Lisa. Hey, now. Darius Matthews, observing the facts. Oh, man. Let me see what we got up in here. Sharice the realist. All right. Hey, St. Louis. Lady Moon. Oh, Bright Mo Deezy. The realest word alive. Jeremy. You've been at it all week. Jeremy. Straight Smoke. Anthony Lowe. Oh, we got all up in here. Yeah, smash that like button. Oh, let me see. Lies Unplugged. D. Allen Warren. Hey, what's good, y'all? So I'm not gonna be on here a whole long time. Maybe an hour, 2 hours, maybe. I want to get into genealogy because hey Phyllis, hi, love y'all, my Lisa. For real, I swear I miss y'all so much. I miss you, Sticky Butt. I do. So I wanted to get into 1450. Every time Dane come on my piano, my live watch go way up every time. Every time he was just on my piano, and every time Dane's folks come up in here heavy, my live viewers go crazy up. It makes me feel so good. I swear it do. So today I want to get into genealogy and why it's so important. It really is. And by now, from learning in all these YouTube communities, we all learn. We need to lock in about our genealogy and the methods that we must take. Excuse me, for understanding our history. The first thing to understand is our genealogy is our history. Our genealogy is everybody who went through our history. And that's a fact. Our families, hey, at least our families, the traumatizing times, if there's any good times that history writes about as it pertains to our people, we don't hear about it. We only hear about it through our family of old times. And it's called folk tales. At the old Southern way, folk tales. We hear the funny stories, we hear the happy stories, we hear the good stories, and we hear the sad stories from our families about past ancestors, our past uncles, aunts, cousins, grandparents, great grandparents. It's through us that we hear about our history. And unfortunately, there are foreigners and people who look like us with interest in trying to reign on our parties and rewriting our history and telling lies. Our history's been whitewashed. People who we've always believed look like us because we hear about them through our families. Their faces became another race of people. And we need, as a people, to fix that. And the only way we're going to be able to fix that is if we backtrack who our families are. And that's a fact. At the end of our tree does not lie a foreigner. And I'm going to tell you that. At the end of our tree, when we research, it does not. And this is not being racist. This is telling a truth. And that's a fact. At the end of our tree is not a white man and a white woman always. Sometimes it is. But for the most part, we Indians here from this soil, the beginning of our ancestry, for as far back as we can go, it is people who look like us. Some of us, some of us do have relatives of other races that are in our bloodlines. But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. For the most part, our ancestors look like us. We are not the offshoots of Europeans, white Europeans. Many of us. Some of us are. Some of us are, but the majority of us are just not. And I think that white Europeans would feel the same way about this if they had to tell their story. If they're going back in their genealogy tree, and I'm talking about all white Europeans, if they're going all the way back in their history to the 1700s, they don't expect to see a woman that looks like me as their grandma. Correct? I'm serious. That's not where the tree starts for them. And I don't think that they would appreciate saying that the last person on their tree in the 1700s, 1600s is a black lady, right? And then out comes all the white people under that. I don't think they would appreciate that story about their history. Not that they don't like it, but they know their truth too. So that's the same way we feel. There's not a white guy and a white woman at the end of my tree in the 1700s. That's just not so. In some instances, there are where a white European woman could have come in and married an Indian man. Okay, in that sense, yes. But for the most part, we have to dig ourselves. And we cannot, and I tell you, DNA, I'm sorry, is not the key to genealogy. That is a strategy built and designed by foreigners who have so much interest in your good jewels. Our history is not consists of slave people who were dirty savages and people who just had nothing in life. That's not our history. Our history does not begin with our ancestors in chains. These are the lies that they tell, and we have to fix it. Your story is important. Right now, they have a story, and it's been going on since I was a little girl in the 70s, that we came here in chains around our necks and our wrists. Prior to me being a little girl, that was not a story told. Not to our grannies that were born and our moms. My mom was born in the 1940s. She did not have a history or story to tell of her people coming to this landmass in chains ever. That story started in the 70s when I was a little girl, and it was a lie. So if my mother and my grandmother did not have such a story, I will not accept that story. And you should not either, because that's not our history. We are not a population of people that were just in chains, where there's no other history about us other than being dirty black slaves. I will not accept that story. I will not accept that story that's being promoted in the conscious community or on Q Butter's channel or any of these Pan African channels. And the way to confirm your story is to do your genealogy. I, I tell you, you will find no chains in your history. Now, on the North American landmass, whether it's North America, South America, and Central America, there is a history of wars. There is a history of wars here on this landmass. That history is the invasion of our lands where we did go in chains, but on our own lands. That is a true history. There is a history on our lands where we were burnt and forced out of our homes. That is a history on this land. I speak of North America, South America, and Central America. There is a history of that. That is the history known by our ancestors here on this landmass. We were not taken from another continent and brought here in chains. That's just not possible. It can't even happen today. And with the strength of our men and our women, if there's an attempt or such attempt, no one will live to tell that story. We are responsible. We as a people are responsible for passing down accurate information to our children and grandchildren. The United States educational system does not have a right to instill lies in our children's heads. They do not have that right. They don't have that right. And we must let them know that they don't have that right by educating our children, and no matter what race we are. We have a right to let the truth be told. There are now white Republicans coming out being honest about their history, that their white European fathers and grandfathers were slaves for white slaves. Someone had enough balls to tell the truth. Because not one were only the Indians enslaved over here, so were white Europeans. They admit it is true. Everything you see going on today in history is happening in a very modern way. Everything you see going on today is happening in a very modern way. The borders are imaginary lines put up by this government in agreement with other governments from other countries. So when you see people come here for a better life, that is something that's been going on in history from time immemorial. The media and the government talk about this every day. This is nothing new. In fact, during our ancestors' times, in the late 1700s, throughout the 1800s, more people that's coming over the border now. More people came over the border back then than it is today. The people that's coming through the border today isn't shit compared to what happened and how they came in the 1800s. You're talking about a lot of people that are just indigenous to the American continent. These are the ones that they're screaming about. But it's funny how they just talk about the border of Texas and Mexico, but they don't talk about the fucking border up in Canada, where the majority of them screaming about its ancestors came from today, from that fucking border, Canada. If you're European, more than likely your ass came through the Canadian border before it was a Canadian border. But yet, you scream about the Mexicans that are coming over here, and this is their fucking continent. Are you serious? They're North Americans that have been blocked out from entering this country freely like they're supposed to from Mexico. Because the original ones that look like me came in and out and traded with us. But it doesn't look like that today because you whitewashed all the fucking statues and you took the original artifacts from here and put them in Mexico. Don't think for once that you're going to hide information from the original people of the mainland because Mexico is communicating with us about what you did with our artifacts. The statues that sat here, you took them from here and put them in South America when they were originally here. And you put up your white statues. How fucking dare you? Now go to the Mexican government and tell them that they're lying. You took all the most famous statues from here and put them in the Caribbean islands. You put them in Central America and Mexico. Did you not think for once that the very people from that part of North American soil and continent would not contact their people here, me being their brother and sisters, and tell us that you brought them there, those statues? And this is what we mean when we say we want you to return our artifacts back to our landmass. United States government. That's what we mean. You took them and put them out in Mexico, our statues of our ancestors. You took them and put them in Central America. You put some in Puerto Rico, and you put the majority of it in South America. This is what we mean when we say we want you to return our artifacts so that our children can see the statutes of our ancestors to look up to, so that they know and that our history relates to us. Like you have your statutes of Benjamin Franklin and colonial white people. We want our statutes so our children can look at their ancestors. We don't have statutes in Africa because that's not where we are from. And I'm demanding that you, government, stop teaching that lie to the world, because the world knows you're lying about our history. The world knows. When you think just because you let Middle Eastern people over here to open up thousands of businesses, you don't fucking think that they tell us about the statutes in their country that look like us because they did great business with us before they did it with you. You don't think these conversations take place. This is why you owe us an apology. You owe us our land. And you owe us our artifacts to be put back on our land so that our genealogy aligns with the fucking statutes you took away from here of our ancestors. Benjamin Franklin, George Washington are not our children's fucking heroes. They're your heroes. They're your thieves. That's what the problem is. You convinced our ancestors to believe a white Jesus is the mediator for us, for anything we want in life. How fucking long do you think we were ever going to believe that with the outcome of today's history? You put a white man over our biological dads and told us to call him Lord God, please. Like we can't cry out to our own fathers. Our ancestors erred when they took in on and called him my God, our God, and passed it down to us. You made us not look up to our own biological fathers. With your failed Christianity. You don't even listen to the book you brought here to us. In your book, it says, thou shalt not kill. Why are you killing in Germany, Russia, everywhere? Why? Genealogy is key for everyone. Your Bible says there will be no remembrance of the past. It lied to you. We are the past. We are the future, and we're still here. Your Bible lied. No remembrance of the past. We know who we are. And it's by that book, while you teach there should be no remembrance of the past. What you should have said, it would be a fucked up future headed off by you, which will be something to always remember. Because it'll go away. You cursed yourself. If we as a people don't begin teaching our children the truth and not believe in this educational system, their DNA test, no test in the United States is valid. No religion is valid. The only validation is when you make it valid yourself. Their book teaches about one God. Our ancestors taught about many gods. That would be you. Now validate the gods in your family. You do not need these crooks DNA tests to put you in another landmass. Cursed be the person teaching that DNA puts you in another landmass. You curse them because they look like you. Curse be them. Because you're the God, your curses will come to pass every time they teach and try to influence our people to believe that a fucking spit test puts them in another landmass. Curse be them. They've been fucking up our lives about our history for years. And they look like us. We have to take a stand and teach our children the truth. These foreigners have no right to come over here, go to college, and teach us about our fucking history. It shouldn't even be a curriculum about the American Indians in their schools unless they're going to tell the truth. A white man is not a fucking full-blood North American Indian. But the Negro is. You've been shunning out the Negro. You are not from Germany and a fucking full-blood Indian on North American landmass. You are not from England and a fucking full-blood Indian on North American landmass. You are not from Russia and a fucking full-blood Indian on North American landmass. You are not from Spain and a fucking full-blood Indian on North American landmass. You are not Dutch and a fucking full-blood Indian on North American landmass. You are not Italian and a fucking full-blood Indian on North American landmass. Those are the lies. You have land claims, you do, as Chief Kanasatago told you. But your land claims are beyond the seas. This land you have stolen.
Enough to
Okay, everyone. Let's get an understanding of what particular companies and organizations have done when it comes to ancestry and messing with the minds of our people, because our people are very naive and vulnerable to people that look like me and you with the suit on and mainstream white media speaking voice. They call it the voice of intelligence, the voice to be heard. It's called being put at the forefront to tell a big fucking huge lie. Because of our vulnerability and us not being active people in this system, it's easy to influence our people with people that look like us and tell them a story about their ancestors coming on a slave ship. They even went to the extreme measures of creating a database and linking it with ancestry databases like the many different ones, one being Ancestry. And this is what they did. Let's see. Let's go there. Let's go there. Here you will see, and it makes no sense. Slave Voyage database. This is the one that the Pan Africans and other people in our community praise. Okay. In 2008, they came up with a fucking database saying, all right, all you niggas, you came from here in Africa. 2008. It was made freely and available online thanks to the efforts of David Altis in collaboration with a multidisciplinary and international team of scholars, programmers, librarians, and designers, all playing a key role in lying to you, my people, here from this soil about your history. So now you know. Let's go there. That this database was put together in 2008 and they linked it with other Ancestry 2 companies. It's very easy to create a database and link it to all the black people in other Ancestry 2 databases. That's a very easy thing to program and do. And this is what you have to understand. And this is what you must reject based on your genealogy research. It's so fucking pseudo of the names. Terrible. 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 I'm saying to you, here's what I'm saying to you. And my strongest suggestion is to do your genealogy. Because these foreigners cannot prove that you came from Africa because you did not. But what you can prove is that your ancestors were enslaved on this land where you were already here and they came in and provoked war against you using your own people. You can prove that you slaved on your own farmland where your parents were the head of the households. That's what you can prove. You will never be able to prove that you came here from Africa on a slave ship, and neither can they. But what we can prove is they came here on ships, because we were here. They agreed we were here in their primary sources and secondary sources. This is where you need to wake up and overlook the conscious community, the Pan-African community, and all these different communities where arrogant, ignorant, foolish Negroes are teaching. Your genealogy is your responsibility, not a foreigner's, not the Pan-African community. If there's such a community as Pan-African conscious, that's not your community. They're not your family members. They're not your history. It is a created group or organization that doesn't have a damn thing to do with your history. And you need to understand that. Every time you connect with an ancestor on your tree, that gives you strength. And every time you connect with one is when you tell them to kiss your ass with their spit test. Because every ancestor you connect with is in this soil, dead or alive. Every ancestor you connect with is dead on this soil or alive. I've never seen something so fucking horrible in all my life, with all these genealogy trees, with one black person at the top and 63 white people following. Make that make some fucking sense today. If you believe in 164th Indian, you're out your fucking mind. One Negro at the top of a family tree, and all the rest of the people are white underneath. Two Negroes at the top of a tree, and all the rest of them are purely full-blooded white Germans, white Jew, white Italian, white French, white Dutch. Are you out of your fucking mind if you believe that? All in the effort to be called a fucking Indian on your own land. When are you gonna wake up? When? What is a 1/64th Indian that owns 1,000 acres of fucking land? A white guy with 63 white people on his tree and one nigger. How stupid are we going to continue to be about this shit? It's fucking insane. You need to take real action with this government. You need to file lawsuits of what they did to your history. The people that came over here on ships became fucking Indians. Just by claiming one nigger on the tree. My panel is open for any smoke. Any smoke. Come, let me bless the panel. I'm open for all smoke on that. Let's go. Bring the smoke. It's the motherfucking Thunder Show. I want you to bring the smoke to me today. It's the motherfucking Thunder. Let's go. Bring the smoke now. Bring the smoke now.
Hey, so, Dama. Woo! Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, it's so many, hey, it's so many, yo, it's so many, yo, it's so many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young conscious, shoot my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switch side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, there's so many.
Yeah. Ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact that's offsides. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah, it's fines. Hey, could have been here with us, but we do not force no vibes. Hey, she gon' ride the whip and let me park it in the driveway. They just want the praise like they Yahweh. Getting so much bread, yeah, the ride way. We done already won, yeah, that's worth the ride way. But they still lying right through their teeth, and and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep fine. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All y'all I probably stood on no falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took.
Yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many,
Hey, it's too many lies, hey. Yeah, ISO, Indies, Dama. ISO, Dama.
hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, yo, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many, yo, it's too many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young conscious, shoot my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switch side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Yo, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many.
Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact that's offside. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah, it's fines. Hey, could've been here with us, but we do not force no vibes. Hey, she gon' ride the whip and let me park it in the driveway. They just want the praise like they Yahweh. Getting so much bread, get a ride way. We done already won, yeah, that's worth the ride way. But they still lying right through their teeth, and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep fine. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All y'all I probably stood on no falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took.
Yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many.
Hey, it's too many lies, hey. Yeah, ISO, Indies, Dama.
All right, so let's talk about it. Don't have no takers. You anybody can come to the panel. It's open for discussion. Period. Um, I why a nation is going in a whole nother way and getting genealogy out to folks. There's another way that we're getting your genealogy to you once it's conducted. We we've um, figured out a different way that's going to help. A lot of our people do not have access to computers and are not very savvy. And we do not do genealogy for free. We now package your genealogy, your family lineage, and put it inside an album from where it starts. You can have it started from you and back, or back and forward to yourself, but it gets all put in a binder for you to keep. And we also make sure that it's on a flash drive for you. We're now providing that service so that you don't have to. A lot of our people do not know how to use flash drives, they're just not savvy. And we are scheduling appointments for genealogy. So it depends on what package you want. The full package consists of an album of all the information on your family and a drive, a flash drive with the information so you won't lose it. If your house catch on fire, you might have this on your neck because there is a hole in it, so you could keep it. That's the way we're providing services now, because the databases that I use are piling up with hundreds of families, trees that I do. I yesterday I did a family, great family from Alaska. Alaska. I did their genealogy and I had a great time with them. Really great people. I do genealogies from all over the world. And I enjoy meeting people all over the world. So I will give you a link directly to our page where you can schedule your appointment. We do not do genealogy for free at all whatsoever. You want professional services, you have to pay for it. And that's a fact. And the packages will be discussed and shared with you before the genealogy is conducted. So let's see. Where are we? Right here. Here we go. Schedule. I'm going to give you this link so that you have it. And you need to write that you want the genealogy services. So I'll put this link in the chat for you. All right. What you need to know, I do not work off anyone else's work that's already conducted. We do our own. And we put our stamp on it. We make sure there's enough information in your genealogy folder that proves you are from this landmass, and you can walk in any court to fight, because the court or one who is saying you are not from this land won't win. They will have to prove that you are from Africa. And that is something they cannot prove at all. Always remember, you can prove where the foreigner is from, but the foreigner cannot prove where you are from based on their made up bullshit. That won't fly. Always remember that. So that's the link to set up an appointment. You'll learn about the service once you're in there, and you can choose the full package. Or you could just, there's flexible ways. There's flexible payment plans. It's very, very, very time consuming in conducting genealogy, because once we get the information, we then have to develop your tree for each person. Let me give you an example. Hang on, you guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to pull this information up. I wasn't going to, but I guess it's probably necessary. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. All right. I'm going to play a little music for you until I get up the information I need. Okay, let's see. Hang on, my loves. Let me get this down from here. Okay, so oh, I should pull this up too. I got something else that I need to pull up. Let's see. Woo, 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 woo. I need to pull something else up. Let me get to a tree. Uh, all right. Let's say, okay. Okay, I got this up. I pulled up my one of my fake trees. Uh, uh, uh. Okay. Share. I have to do a share screen. Oh my goodness. I'm all over the place. All right, so let me do a share screen. Jeez. To show you how intense and time consuming that it could be. So let's say that you came in via to get services, right? And let's say this is you, okay, at the bottom, then your parents, and then we go over to her grandparents and the great grandparents and the great 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 grandparents all the way to 1601, right? Let's say we did that for you. And we got, let's say this entire tree is full with both sides being mom and dad's. Okay, here's dad's side. Let's say the whole tree is filled up with people all the way out, right? And it looks like this. Say it looks like this. What we do is this because you can't get this on one page. I mean, you can, but it requires larger construction paper, and that could be done, but it has to be done with another company. But we got all this information here, and within each block, there's information in there in their profile, whether it's census sheets, death certificates, birth, everything is in there. Okay, what we do, we then take the information from here, and it goes here. Hang on, I have to do another share screen. Oh, make sure that's Sylvia. I just got to make sure this is Sylvia. Oh, where are you? Where's my little overlay? Here it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, you can turn it off, baby girl. I just wanted to make sure that was you. Um, so now we got all the information from one of the search engines. And what we do next, we get a family binder, right? And we do this. What's the next thing? Is this it? I believe this is it. Now we move it to this, and we can download all this information. Let's say this is, let's just say for ha-has, this is the entire tree. And it started down here with you. Each person on this page, okay, has family. So what we do, we create the album, and it's going to be Diane with her 3 kids. And then it's going to be Bonita with her kids and grandkids. Then it's going to be Bonita's sister, which is right here, and her family, all on separate sheets like this. And then it's Tyrone and his family and his grandkids, all on separate pages in this binder. So when you open it up, you know, oh, there's Tyrone's kids, because every family grows. And it's more than likely is going to turn out to be 100 different pages in that portfolio. And you can turn to every page. You can see your family, right? And then the next page you turn to, you see, you say like you have 10 brothers and sisters. So that's going to be 10 pages, because the first page is your family. The second page is your brother, Boo Boo's, and his family and kids. And the next page is going to be your next brother and sister and their kids. And we provide maintenance for that, because every time somebody has a baby in the family and we need to update a page to add that family member, and we provide the maintenance of those books you have, and you give us the information, we update it, that one sheet with the new baby on it, and we send it to you and you put it in your binder. That's the type of services I'm talking about, because we have to keep up with these family members. And you don't want your book to be all scribbled. You want it in, the folders, the laminated paper you open up and close to protect it. So every time you request an update, and that's how we help each other. So that's the way we're doing it now. Hey, Sylvia, hang on, love. I just want to go and close this window. It done got cold in here. Hang on.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so we'll get them out of here. Ban user and delete. Okay. All righty. Hey, Sylvia, I'm ready.
Well, good afternoon, Miss Sister Betty. How you doing?
I'm good, beautiful. How about you?
Not too bad.
Working today?
Yeah, I just got a couple of bookkeeping things to get on off my desk. That's all.
You'll always be working. Work, 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 lady. The work lady.
My hair is a hot mess express. Otherwise, I would turn the camera on. But
That's okay.
I didn't catch a whole lot of your show. I did catch, like mid-state, about 28 minutes you were in. And I just want to express to everyone that, yeah, you do great genealogy. And I know for my
Oh,
family, you enlightened us so much for things that we thought was true. You made sure that we knew and confirmed that it was definitely true. You are a
oh.
very honorable lady, and I look forward to every day seeing what your bills are. And unfortunately, I'm at work most of the time, so I can't, get on. But ma'am, keep up the good work and keep enlightening us and filling the fuels that you do, because sooner or later we all going to jump on the same bandwagon with you, and your truck is going to be overflowing. So you keep up the good work, okay? I just
Thank
want to
you
give you
so much,
love and
Sylvia.
respect. Love
I
and
love you
respect.
too.
All
I
right.
love you too, sis. And I miss y'all family. That was some fun. That was some fun. How is your mom?
My mom's doing well. She's
Oh,
yeah, we're all excited. We got a new little one coming into the family. So we are,
oh,
yeah, I'm finally going to be a grandma. That was so beautiful to
oh,
learn.
get out. No. Oh, you're gonna be a
Yes.
you're gonna be a changed woman. You know them grandbabies.
That's what everybody
What?
say.
They do. They make you change, man. And you become so severely overprotective and stuff. It's a whole different feeling. I swear. And I just had a dream about some fish over the weekend. So I'm about to call her and say I dreamed of fish. You know how we Indians do.
For sure. Because right before I found out, I had this weird dream that someone was giving birth. And I was standing there watching, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's a little boy!" And then 3 days later, my son calls me and he tells me the good news. So yeah, I was like,
Oh,
"Oh my God, that dream is gonna come true!"
every
Whether it be
time I dream of fish, somebody in the family pregnant. I know it. It was a long old fish too. So I
wow,
don't know. I don't know who it is.
wow,
But that's
that's
old
incredible.
Indian beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, but Miss Sister Betty, I seriously want you to keep up the good work, okay? And don't hesitate to say what you need to say, because a lot of us out here have been misled. We're very
Yeah.
confused. We're very ashamed. We're getting uh taken advantage of in this country.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're really trying to disrespect our nation. So, you know, they thought that they took all the books and destroyed them. You know, they forgot that we have family members, elders
Yes.
that kept notes in hidden places that we didn't even know about, you know,
Yes.
until their passing. So, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and they thought that, you know, they were going to win with us. And if
Yeah.
the more we hesitate to stand up, the more they think they won. So we do
Correct.
all have to stand up and take, you know, pride and take
Yes.
control of this, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I know Rod Hayes and his tribe, and what they're doing is, you know, to get the message out and to take over, you know, restructure the land. That's important as well. But we
It
also have to
is.
understand what they're doing and what we will get out of it. You know, a
Facts.
lot of people that may not believe what they're doing, but I've watched him for a couple of years, and I believe in the power of what they're going and we're working for. It coincides with what you be saying a lot, and it
Yeah.
also, you know, what you do on the outside is helping them build on the inside. So we definitely have to all come together, be strong, and don't hesitate to stand up for ourselves. And you know, that's
Correct.
the message I just wanted to get out there today. That's all.
Thank you, Sylvia. Yes,
You're welcome.
Sylvia is so important. And this is why, um, a lot of our people, they really are so accustomed to waiting for a leader because we come from a history of leadership and direction and guidance. So we never really learn to take the stand for ourselves because we always had leaders, but we had great leaders back in our ancestry history. We did.
Facts.
We had our families that were together
Yes.
once upon a time. So what our job is, we as content creators, we have to teach our people to say, hey, we can't wait on another leader. We have to take the stand ourselves.
Correct.
And a lot of people always want to know, well, what could I do? The best thing in the world you can do is do your genealogy and share it with your children. Educate your children. Don't leave it. That's the best thing you can do is educate your individual children about their history. Now, our children are going to grow up to be adults and they're going to be influenced in all different directions,
Correct.
but they're going to always have the repressed memory of what was taught to you. And they're going to make their adult decisions. But we need to instill our history in our children. We can't wait for nobody else to do that.
Correct.
We have to do it.
Correct.
We have to stop them from celebrating holidays that don't pertain to us. One being the Black History Month. We need to pull away from that because there's a story of our history, and Black history should not be the name of our story because that's not our story. Black history consists of people that were in bondage from slavery from Africa. That's not our history. So we shouldn't celebrate that month.
Correct. It's
Oh,
our family has, you know, we've come to the point where we don't celebrate Christmas, Easter, none of these fable holidays. The only one we do celebrate is June the 14th, and that is because that is something that really stands in our background. That shows our fight, our freedom, what we went for, and why we are here where we are today. So all these pagan holidays, they can, you know, we don't believe in them no more. You know, so
right.
we've had
That
we
oh,
yeah.
you look beautiful.
I think you had to
You
come in.
do. You look beautiful. We
Thank you.
Sylvia, all we have to do as individuals, we get those binders created of our family. Those are our jewels. It's our history. When you get that family binder of all the ancestors you could possibly find, whether they're dead or alive and they're on the tree, that's what you hold to your heart. That's
True.
your history. That
True.
book is your history. It's your
True.
ancestry.
That
That
is true.
book is your story. Your ancestry is your story. The United States educational system is their story.
That's right. That's right. You know, and my mom, she was born in the 40s. So,
Yeah.
her and her mom went through some heck of a crazy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like I always tell her, I'm on the reparations committee to make sure that not our generation, but their generation get what they deserve because they were so misused and abused.
Yeah.
Whereas we may have got the opportunity to not to see it because we were young and or maybe not even born. But when my mom tells me stories of when she went to school, how they treated them, how they couldn't go in certain places, how when they went from state to state, they had to have this blue book, what they call the blue book, just so they know who to go and stay overnights with. They couldn't travel a lot of places because they were, you had to get out of the town before sun.
Sundown towns.
Yeah, yeah, sundown towns, and it's very upsetting when you really listen to your parents and what the history of what they went through, and to learn that and to appreciate what we're going through now, but also understand this is not the end all be all fight. We got a lot more to fight for, and so daylight's coming. It may take a minute, but I think we're gonna get where we need to be soon.
That's a fact, Sylvia. And you know what, Sylvia? My family was born in the 40s, like yours too. My mom, she was born in 48, and my dad, 44. And they have sisters and brothers. And just to read the history that they went through alone,
Mm-hmm.
um, that was an era where things were separate.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't. And then our grandmothers, my grandma being born in 1931, where separate water fountains and all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
How could live through a life like that, and um not being able to walk around at night. Indian, they did this to Indian. They were saying Negro, but it was the Indian. They
Correct.
had water fountains where you could not drink from them.
Correct.
That was hard. That's a horrible life to go through.
Correct.
And these people that done this, unfortunately, have children that still live by those customs today.
Yeah.
Boomers. And we experience that in our world, whether we're at work or anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And they really treat you differently and bad.
Mm-hmm. True.
And they set up these organizations to help fight discrimination, but they don't help. They're all on code together.
That's true. That's
And
true.
the only thing we can do at that point when we run into those types of situation is, we have to let nature take its course
Yeah. Yeah.
with those kind of people,
Yeah.
and just stay away. I deal and do business with all people when it comes to genealogy. It does not matter
That's
what
true.
wire. It's a service that we provide.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have some boomers that are just terrible. They're still terrible.
Mm.
Yeah.
A lot of them is more. I think they're terrible because they don't want to accept the truth. They've been brainwashed and led the wrong way. So sometimes they figure like the truth is not really what you're saying, but what someone else says. And that's when we get into the conflict of interest because we're trying to teach them the right way or the right things, the right persons, the right history. And they're still in doubt. They want to make sure that, oh, what you're saying is not true. I've heard this over here and this is what I'm gonna go by. Well, then why did you come and find out if you're not gonna listen and learn? Each one teach one, but the main thing is we got to learn to listen and listen to learn. Otherwise you will still can be confused on what's really going on this land
Right.
within your family. Even your family history is very important. And just to let someone take it over and just to divert you and say that you weren't this, that and you believe it and you don't stand on your own stack. That's confusing to me. That part there I don't like when people go back and forth and just dispute everything just because you read it in the book. All books are not true. you know
Facts.
They've
That's
been
for
changed
sure.
so much. They've been rewritten so much that comes down from the dictionary. You can go back to a dictionary that was written in that you was using when you were in high school versus the direct dictionaries that you have today, and each and every word in there has the definitions have been changed
Upgraded, changed, and
so much.
yep,
You know, it's like, why didn't we hold on to our old books? You know, my mom used to have encyclopedias from A to Z, country to country, land to
yep,
land. And why did we get rid of those things? That was valuable things that we didn't realize was going to be so much valuable to our kids today,
yes,
because the dictionaries and the encyclopedias are rewritten for who, I don't know, to confuse, I don't know why, you know. And that's the fight we're in right now. So much for, not so much of what's said from day to day, but to get people to understand your fight is within yourself, and you have to sit there and open your mind and listen. And maybe if you just sat there and with your mouth closed for 15 seconds, you might learn something, and it might be something that be valuable you can walk away with and make you do some more history and some more research,
yeah,
and to dig a little deeper. And so, yeah, I just, I didn't catch a lot of, I'm going to rewind it and watch it from the beginning. But
yeah.
what I did catch, Sister Betty, was you were on point, and continue to keep that, say that, teach that, get us all strong, because it takes one person to make sure that everybody hears us. And with the confidence that you have and the way you just say it and you put it out there, and you're not afraid, you're not ashamed to say it, and you're not misleading people, you're telling us the truth. And so most of the time I'm in the background, I'm listening, I'm going, yeah, you tell them, Sister Betty, I'm really there cheering for you. And I'm way too far away from you to come over to your house and give you a big hug, but honey, here's my hug.
That's okay. It's gonna be one day that we gonna give each other a hug, and I
Okay.
probably will fly out there.
There you go. So yeah, I just had
You
to
know what
tell
I
you.
else I find interesting, Sylvia, is that our people, there were always, a lot of our people didn't like to read. So remember the old saying that a lot of our people didn't like to read, so they put it on paper, and we will never know, and that's how they get us, because they can see, you see it's here, you just didn't read it.
Yeah.
So I've been working on strategies to help our people. Not It's not that a lot of our people, they can't read. A lot of them can't, but a lot of our people are visual learners.
Mm-hmm.
They have to see it because they've been so deceived
Mm-hmm.
that they have to see it to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you make, I figured when we make these albums for them of their family trees going all the way back, and they see it for page per page per page,
Mm-hmm.
and then they see the years, how far the years are going back.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them to the early 1800s, some of them to the late 1800s, and for the most part, we make it to the 1800s. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and when we do get there to the 1800s, now they can visually see and say, well, you're a European man. Your family didn't come here till the 1900s. How dare you tell me? And my family's way in the 1800s. That's going to make them think. That's the first thing. Wait a minute. You said your family came here in the 1900s. How can you come here in the 1900s? And I've been here in the early and mid 1800s, almost in the 1700s,
Mm-hmm.
and tell me that I came from Africa. Who are you
Mm-hmm.
to tell me that?
Yeah.
This is the fight.
Yeah. A lot of that, when I hear people say, like black people don't like to read, we've been deceived and misled so much. And it comes down from the TV down to watching the cowboys and the Indians and the. You done, darling? Oh, that looks beautiful. You look good. Drive safe, okay? All right. Sorry, Sister Betty.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, so watching the old TV shows, watching those old spiritual movies that they used to put on, the Ten Commandments, seeing how a lot of our people back in the day were beaten just because they would read books. Uh, that right there tells me that we were scared. We were misdirected to read. A lot of us in our generation, we love to read. We like to sit down and learn. And I myself is a visual learner. And I have to be, you can talk to me and you can tell me things. But if I'm not there doing it as
Right.
you're speaking it to me, it takes a minute for me to relate to it.
Right.
But I still would grab a book and I would read it from top to bottom, because I love to learn.
Yep.
But a lot of my parents' generation, they were afraid to pick up these books,
Yeah.
and it we don't know why. A lot of them were in fear of that, but we
Yeah.
were still very smart people. We can go out and build a house better than anybody can build a house these days, in this
Yeah.
current age
Great.
and time. They can go and work on the car and they never even had an automotive book to direct them, you know
Yeah.
they knew how to do music. They knew how to do things that we have to sit there and study from
Yep.
top to bottom because our pineal gland is not open. It's closed.
It was
And we
taken
don't
from
e-
us.
yeah, we don't even realize what this water, what these toothpastes, what these things that we're consuming in our body is really doing to our inner minds.
Hmm.
And once a person has closed their mind and become afraid of something, they're afraid to teach their kids because
Yeah.
of the simple fact they don't know what the repercussions is going to happen to them and their family. Such
Hmm.
as my mom, where they had this reparations thing going on in, I think it was Oklahoma, where they found that this tribe land was taken over by the fake 5 cents Indians. I mean, $5
Hmm.
Indians, right? And so they were building the case on to find out who and what families were there way back then, right?
Hmm.
My mom, it, of course, my mom family
Yes.
was part of that. They were part of that. And
Hmm.
it took us, me, my brother, my sisters, we just was trying to just bang on their mom. This is something that you can benefit from. But
Yes.
by her being afraid and taught to be afraid to stand up for
Yeah.
herself, she didn't even try.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she lost out on something that was very beneficial. That could have been for her. We're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing this
Right.
for her because we saw what we're still seeing how the policemen treat us, but it was nowhere near the repercussions and the things that they went through as they were kids,
Yeah.
getting beat up by
Hmm.
the
Oh, you telling some good stuff. We can't even hear you. Okay. Yes, you guys. She'll be right back. Sister Sylvia is right in that. When you're going in the 1930s, when you get to the 1930s and the 1900s and the late 1800s, during those times, okay, our parents raised us to live more so than educate us. Those were times you had to train your children on how to live more than you could educate them back during those times. And as the years come forward, we had to our children on how to survive. We had to teach them to stay away from white people and white women if if you wanted to survive. So that's the way that they raised us. And then when they pushed us in the inner cities, we had all the skills, like she said, making cars, building a home, all these different skills that were taken away from us. We were already doing this before foreigners came here, making medicine, natural medicines and doing everything. And the government does not approve of a lot of our medicines, which are real healers. And I'm talking about from things like cancers or different diseases. We had those, but they're not approved by the FDA. A lot of natural medicines. And as far as us being able to pass down the skills that we had, whether it was building, masonry work, all kinds of that. Because we did these things. We built our own homes. Nobody built them for us. And we couldn't pass them down because when we moved into the inner cities, we moved into apartment buildings. So we couldn't build homes. We were in the buildings. We're living in the inner city projects that they put us in, which kept dad from passing down the skill to his junior. That's what happened. So that wiped out and no memory of how to build and do things, right? But what did take place once we moved into these inner cities? Our parents in the 1900s and 1800s that lived in these cities, they knew how to do the plumbing without any training because they knew the plumbing system. A lot of janitors were hired. You have the white janitor, and I seen this shit happen, come to the house to fix a plumbing issue. But our grandfathers went out and got the long snake and knew how to, unplug toilets, fix things in the cities. They was doing the job that the damn janitors that were getting paid to do the job. Seriously, that's how great our fathers was. And it's sad that our great grandfathers knew how to fix the plumbing system, hook up washer machines and everything in our hoods and our homes, right? And fix electrical problems in our inner cities. Our great grandfathers knew how to fix this shit. And 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 the maintenance men didn't know how to do it. We did it, we ended up doing it for them, and they were sent there to fix it, and our grandfathers ended up fixing it, right? And that's sad. Our grandfathers went to other people's houses and neighborhoods. They knew who to call in the neighborhood to fix electrical problem, turn on lights and all that. They knew how to do it. And you guess what? It was so bad that they couldn't get jobs to do that type of work, electrical work and plumbing work, even though they knew how to do it. They're coming from the South and things of that nature, but they couldn't get the jobs because they denied them because of their education. Our grandparents' education was church, Sunday school. Yeah. And they knew how to do electrical work with no training. They understood it. They just couldn't read. They couldn't read. And that's a fact. So they denied them those jobs, employment jobs, to be plumbers and things of that nature because they tell them, oh, you don't have a high school diploma and you can't read. Yeah. So Sylvia was right. So I say to you, you need to get your genealogy done and share it with your family. Because when your family see the book and realize how far back they have been here, you then question everything. That's when everything gets questioned. Like, wait a minute. I've been listening to these people saying we're African Americans, and when they see the genealogy, family tree, and the history, they're like, wait a minute. Who's telling them that they came from Africa? Who is this? You got to question the people that's telling you that you came from somewhere. You do. Seriously, especially if it's a foreigner. I don't care what foreigner they are. A lot of people are paid to teach you this shit. In these African American studies classes, these college professors, they don't give a damn whether you're from here or not. Their job is to teach you this. And that's it. You got to question that. Like, wait a minute. How are you going to tell me that? You teaching me that. And you're Italian. You came here these years. How are you going to come here and tell me I'm not from here? And I was here before you got here. And then you talk about a 1619 story of slave ships. Again, you came here in 1900 and you're going to tell me I came off a slave ship in the 1600s? with no proof. You just got to believe it. That's it. You got to believe it. No proof. Even though the person teaching you, his family, didn't arrive in the United States until the 1900s, fleeing from their country of poverty. And they're now came and got the American dream, and there's a teacher, a lawyer, or this or that, and they're telling you, yeah, you came here as a slave in the 1600s. Where's your fucking proof, sir? Coming here in the 1900s. Where's your proof? This is why it's so important to get your family genealogy done and show it, because now you have the biggest defense in the world. The information the government has on you. And people on those census sheets that you can attest to, your aunties and your uncles can attest to, living at those very addresses prior to Indian Removal Act. You're in a land, Indian land, prior to Indian Removal Act, on your own farm in 1820. Just you, your mom, your dad, and there's 16 kids in the 1820s. And there's white people that live in that neighborhood, and there's you. So if all the Indians got to go, who's the Indian? Can't be the white person, because they came in from Europe some damn where. Dutch, French, Irish. So somebody's that has copper colored skin being described is living next door. So who's the Indian? The white guy or your granddaddy? Can't be the white guy. Nope. Because he came here in 1900. No, he can't be the Indian. These are things that are going to make our people wake up so they can understand. This is why genealogy is important. It's so important. It's vitally important. I'm X generation, and I refuse not to pass this information down and instill it in our family. We have to rise up and make this government aware. They're already aware. They're already aware. They know that those that they have put in place to teach us a false history have failed. They know this. You can't come here from Ireland and tell me I'm not the Indian and that you are. We all know that's a lie. The world know it's a lie. I tell you, you're going to see more white people coming up telling the truth that their family were slaves. They have no choice but to. They didn't come here in luxury. They came here poor. You would not leave your country to come to another country to live a better life if you came here in luxury. So they're telling the truth because the truth makes more sense. A lie is to say you came here in luxury. You didn't. We have the history, and they tell the history about what happened to the Irish when they came here. It's our history. Have you ever noticed that it's our history here that's always been the talk, the discussion? No other race of people's history is questionable until it hits our history. Our history has always been discussed. No other race of people's history is spoken about but our history. That's why you know there's an importance in your history. There's something about your history where you had 7, 9, 8 racial classifications. That's very strange. There's no other history in history questionable but ours. Everybody knows where they came from, exactly where they came from. It is our history that's questionable. I don't care what anyone's race is. There's only one race of people whose history is questionable. And there's a group of people that look like you that want to kill you just because they want you to believe what they say about your history. Who are you to tell somebody about their history, their family tree? You don't even know them. We've always had nicknames. Yes, Shayson. We're the only one in the world who continue to keep it. We don't know why we do it because we're not educated about our history. Why do we give our children nicknames? Boo Boo, Stinky, Fatty, Bubba Skillet, Teety Boo, Aunt Pig, Uncle Bobo, Auntie Bunny. That is Indian culture. You do not find that in European culture. You find that in Indian culture. We got a nickname for everything we pretty much do. If you go on the street, you got a street name. You got nicknames. Always. You're on the street. If you live the life of the street, you got a street nickname. Oh, that's Killer. Or Red. That's Trigger. That Trigger nigga. What is Trigger nigga famous for? He will cap you in a minute. All Indians, we do that. That does not go on in European communities, just Indian communities. We have to understand who we are today. It's over. Once you learn who you are, you never turn back from it again. Some people are afraid to look at that genealogy album. And, you know, if you are a Pan African and you do look at that family album, the one thing I want to say to you in all certainty, don't feel ashamed because Pan Africanism is something you practice a lot of your life because it was told to you. Oftentimes, you weren't told by your parent. You were never told by your parent that you came off a slave ship. And that you came from Africa. You learned that through mainstream media. You have to look at your family tree and understand who wasn't here while you were here. There are thousands and thousands of people across this landmass who was not here but came here. And the ones that came here are the ones who are developing and organizing a history for you. Black college scholars who have joined in with the churches, so much for churches, to lie to you about your history. They will be held accountable for that. I promise you. A lot of churches are the culprits, and they're understanding this now today. Even the churches saying, I got to stop. I see the truth. I know the truth, and I have to be the truth. Don't be surprised when you start seeing Christian Baptist churches resubmitting amendment paperwork to transition their churches into tribes. It's coming. Pastors don't want to die with that over their head. You're going to see this happening. After a while, people won't be going to churches. They'll be going to tribal meetings at the church on Sunday. Tribal service. It's coming. It's coming. I see the paperwork going in, changing their nonprofit into family tribes. If a pastor of a church finds out that he's Creek and Cherokee, that church becomes switched up, paperwork filed to amend it. It'll go from being a church to a tribe. That day's coming. So just give Pastor a chance. He's going to change it. And when Pastor changes it, that's when he'll get the most respect from his congregation. A lot of grannies born in the 40s is up there in age now. And they're boomers. A lot of grannies born in the 40s and the 50s know about that Indian history. And they're going to have pastors back with transitioning the church back to a tribe. It's coming, y'all. Because remember, we got a lot of young pastors. And I can't wait to meet with these young pastors to help them transition their church into their tribe. And they have their Sunday worship. It's coming. Oh no, spotted salamander. That's false. Spotted salamander, they do. Dominicans, Mexico, they have it. I've done their genealogies. I've done a couple of Dominican families' genealogies, and they go back to the 16 and 1500s with documents of being Taino and Arawak Indians. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And every last one of them got a story of a granny that looked like me. Sometimes you can't tell the difference between Dominicans and inner city Negroes. You can't. Facts. Especially up here in the north. So I got to debunk you on that one. I'm living proof. Oh yeah, they do. They have them. I've done the genealogy. I just did one yesterday from Alaska. I've done people from Puerto Rico's genealogy, people from Dominican. Yeah, I did their genealogy. They do. But being Dominican, they already know where they're from. A lot of them know that they're indigenous to this landmass. Oh, yeah. Ho. Don't tell me. I did a family from Cuba's genealogy. Yep. Remember, I've been at this for 5 years now. 5 years. And it's what I love doing. It's what I love doing. I love doing genealogy. I love meeting people's families from this North American landmass, whether they're from Canada, down here on the mainland, because Canada's part of the mainland too, Central America, South America, Puerto Rico. Oh yeah, Belize. I did a family from Belize genealogy. Oh, I had a ball. Been 5 years, man. It's a lot of genealogies. I did white people genealogies too. A lot of white people's genealogies. Oh yeah. Facts. So, you guys, I didn't want to be on here that long. It's been 2 hours. And Sister Sylvia, it was an honor having you up here. And I really want to, you can go to our website. I believe I pinned it to the top if it's not still there. Oh, no, it's not. I'll put it back up there. Let me get back to it. You have to get on. You have to request it on our website. Let me get it up. I'll put it out there again for you. And I'll go exactly where you need to go. So you could go exactly where you need to go once you hit the link to schedule. Okay, here it is. You fill this out and request the service. Let me put it in here, paste it. This takes you directly to where you have to fill out the form to get your genealogy done. There you go. It's stuck to the top of the chat. It takes you directly where you fill out the form for genealogy services. And like I said, when you contact us, we'll contact you and let you know what our packages are and our payment plan is. The package, the full package, is very time consuming. And we have payment plan for that. But you will not get your family portfolio binder until its payment is complete. We'll ship it right out to you. So, with that being said, I love you guys, and I'm going to get out of here and get some work done because I have a genealogy to do at 6:00 tonight. So, I'm going to get a little rest and get dinner done so I'm not disturbed while I'm doing this genealogy. I have an appointment scheduled at 6:00, so I will not be available for being on live. Somebody else, I'm sure, will go live later. But I'm going to get up out of here. I love you guys. Get your genealogy done. Get your genealogy done. Until you've had your genealogy done, you're not doing anything. You're not. I love you. And let's clean up the lies.
ISO. Dama. Woo! Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Yo, it's too many. Hey, it's too many. Yo, it's too many. Yo, it's too many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young conscious, you my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the deuce. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switched side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Yo, it's too many, hey, it's too many. Yo, it's too many. Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact that's offsides. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah,
still lying. Right through their teeth, and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep trying. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All y'all, I probably stood on the falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took.
Yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many, whoa, hey, it's too many lies, hey, yeah, ISO, Indies, Dama, ISO, Dama.